Breaking news, Ford CEO just admitted on live television they have 6,000 empty service bays across America, and they cannot fix your car. Right now, 75,000 mechanics are walking away from the industry every single year. Your $75,000 truck could be sitting at the dealership for weeks with no one to repair it. And this isn't just Ford. It's every single dealership across America and Canada. The system is collapsing, and if you own a car, you need to hear this right now. The numbers that should terrify every car owner: 76,000 new mechanics needed every single year. And we're not even close to filling that gap. According to the National Automobile Dealers Association and TechForce Foundation, our trade schools are graduating only a fraction of the technicians required to replace retirees and meet demand. But it gets worse. Ford CEO Jim Farley went on Yahoo Finance and admitted there are 600,000 unfilled mechanic positions across North America. 600,000. And mechanic Lance, who's been in the industry for years, says that number is actually much worse than reported. In Canada alone, there's been a shortage of 55,000 mechanics since 2016, and that number hasn't improved. It's only gotten worse. Here's what this means for you. The median annual wage for an automotive technician is $47,770. Meanwhile, the average age of vehicles on US roads just hit a record high of 12.6 years. Older cars need more repairs, but there's no one left to fix them. Walk into any Ford, Toyota, Chevy, or Honda dealership right now, and you'll see the same thing: empty service bays. Not because there's no work. There's more work than ever, but because there are no mechanics willing to do it. And according to a 2024 GD Power study, for the first time ever, the #1 reason customers are abandoning dealerships for independent shops is wait times. You can't get an appointment. Your car sits for weeks, and when it finally gets looked at, the bill is astronomical. This is a 5-alarm fire, and it's burning down the entire automotive service industry as we speak. Ford's shocking admission: we can't fix your car. Farley went on Yahoo Finance and the Office Hours podcast and admitted, "This morning when I woke up, there was 6,000 bays in our dealerships with no technician, so can't get my car fixed." Nope, 2 weeks. Average wait is 2 weeks, not because we don't have the parts. We don't have the mechanics. Picture this. Your $75,000 Ford F-150 breaks down. You tow it to the dealership. They have the bay, they have the lift, they have the tools, but there's no mechanic to fix it. That service bay sits empty while you're still making $1,500 monthly payments on a truck you can't drive. Farley claimed these jobs pay up to $120,000 a year. So why are people lining up? Then mechanic Werther Ivanovich saw Farley's interview and posted a response video that went viral. It's Everfexend as 9 pieces and perfect K. So why are people feel documents, friend, information of res? There are few of people pursue his new K. So why are people documents but taken down the pursuit now? And by Everfexend is not for me pursuing today. It's perfect today. That's 1,005. Why is there a shortage of these workers? Well, it's a complicated problem. But we need you to do this oil pan gasket on this F-250 to pull the cab off of the frame to do it. And it's under warranty, so it pays like 6. Why? Why don't you want to work for me? Having good day. He mimicked a Ford dealership manager. Let me break that down. To replace an oil pan gasket on a modern F-250 Super Duty, you have to remove the entire cab from the frame. That's unbolting the entire passenger compartment, lifting it off with specialized equipment, doing the repair, and reassembling everything. How long does that actually take? At least 6 to 8 hours, sometimes an entire day. How much does the mechanic get paid? 0.6 hours. That's 36 minutes. You work for 8 hours, you get paid for 36 minutes? You're literally working for free for 7.4 hours. Now, do you understand why there is no one to fix your Ford? It's not just Ford. This is an industry-wide collapse. Here's the truth. This is an every dealership problem. Toyota, Honda, Chevy, Nissan, Honda, Kia, they're all facing the exact same crisis. One mechanic explained it perfectly. There's a brain drain happening. When you lose a technician with 30 years of experience, you lose a massive vacuum of knowledge. That 30-year veteran knows all the tricks, all the fixes. He can hear a noise and diagnose it instantly. He prevents catastrophes weekly. But dealerships and shop owners don't understand that value. They see him as just another hourly cost. When that guy leaves, you get a young technician who doesn't know what they're doing. They misquote jobs. They order wrong parts. And you, The customer pays for it either in money or in time, coming back multiple times for the same repair. And if you look at recent dealership reviews, the amount of negativity on Google and forums is through the roof. And it's because dealerships refuse to pay technicians what they're worth. Ford is known as the recall king for a reason. They have more recalls than any other manufacturer pretty much every year. There are 2023 Mustang Mach-E electric SUVs sitting on dealer lots for over 800 days because of stopped sales. These vehicles can't even be sold because Ford can't figure out how to fix them. When you have constant recalls and technical service bulletins, mechanics are swamped with warranty work that doesn't pay. They're drowning in broken vehicles while making no money. And Ford has this nasty habit of completely redesigning vehicles every 3 years. Everything changes. Component positions, layouts, but the flat rate labor times don't update. A job that used to take 2 hours now takes 4 because everything moved. But techs still only get paid for 2 hours. They're losing money on every job, so they quit. That's and not 7. So the $125,000 lie that started it all. You've seen the ads. You've heard the pitch. Become an automotive technician and make $120,000 to $125,000 a year. Automakers and dealership groups plaster this number everywhere on recruitment posters, job ads, trade school brochures. They need a constant flow of young, ambitious workers to feed into the machine. So, what's the truth? According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median annual wage for an automotive service technician as of May 2020 was $47,770 per year. Let me repeat that, $47,770. That's not a rounding error. That's less than half of what they advertise. How is this possible? How can a professional responsible for servicing some of the most complex machines on the planet, backed by multi-billion-dollar corporations, struggle to make a living wage? The answer is a system called flat rate pay, and it's the single most predatory compensation structure in any skilled trade in America. So the flat rate trap, how they skill your hours. Here's how flat rate works and why it's destroying the industry. Every repair job is assigned to book time by the manufacturer. Let's say replacing a water pump is rated at 2.5 hours. If you're a skilled technician and you finish it in 1.5 hours, you still get paid for the full 2.5 hours. Sounds great, right? You beat the clock. But here's the reality. That 2.5-hour book time assumes a brand new car with zero rust, perfect bolts, and no complications. That's CT fear you're capitalized in. That CT fear you're capitalized. Now, let's bring that job into the real world. The truck in your bay is 7 years old with 90,000 miles of harsh winters. The first bolt you touch snaps off inside the engine block. You spend an hour drilling it out. Then the new water pump from the parts department doesn't fit right. You spend another 45 minutes modifying a bracket. After 5 hours of skilled labor, the job is done. How much do you get paid? 2.5 hours. You just donated 2.5 hours of your life to the dealership for free. And here's the worst part. If you work a 10-hour shift but only flag 4 hours of work, you're making below minimum wage. Lance Mechanic, a veteran tech, put it perfectly. The smarter you are, the less money you make. The guys who are smart are the most stressed. And he's right. To hit those big numbers, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000, you have to become what Lance calls a degenerate. No breaks, no lunch, come in early, stay late, work through pain, and even then, it's not sustainable. Lance said every mechanic he knew who was pulling those numbers burnt out. They all left. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We appreciate your support. The warranty work nightmare-crushing mechanics. Here's where it gets even more insidious. When your car is under factory warranty, repairs are free for you, but someone has to pay, and that someone is the manufacturer. Here's the problem. They set the rules. A customer might be billed at a shop labor rate of $150 to $200 per hour. But when the manufacturer is paying, they dictate a much lower rate, and they're notorious for constantly slashing book times. Here's how it works. A new vehicle model is released and a common problem surfaces. Say a faulty sensor requiring dashboard disassembly. The initial book time might be 3 hours. After thousands of techs perform the repair, the manufacturer releases a technical service bulletin claiming a more efficient procedure has been developed. The new labor time, 2.2 hours. Overnight, the exact same job pays 30% less. These cuts almost never reflect actual simplification. They're arbitrary top-down decisions made to save the corporation money. And that money comes directly from the technician's paycheck. The bitter irony, the most difficult complex diagnosis heavy jobs are overwhelmingly warranty work. All the buggy infotainment systems, glitchy ADAS, experimental powertrains, they fail under warranty. So, a master technician spends their entire day on brutally complex electrical diagnosis, earning less than a junior tech doing simple brake jobs. And if the repair fails and the car comes back, that's a comeback. And it's the most feared event in a flat-rate tech. You diagnose and repair it again for free. Zero pay. Even if the comeback was caused by a defective part straight from the manufacturer, you're punished for circumstances completely beyond your control. The hidden costs destroying mechanics' lives. The predatory pay system is just the first domino. It triggers a cascade of hidden costs that make a long-term career nearly impossible. The toll trap. Unlike almost any other profession, automotive technicians are required to purchase their own tools. We're not talking about a basic socket set. We're talking about a $50,000 to $100,000 investment over a career. Many apprentices go thousands of dollars into debt just to buy the starter kit needed for their first job. Then come the tool trucks. Snap-on, Matco, Mac arriving weekly with the latest gadgets on easy payment plans. It becomes a vicious cycle of debt. You're forced to buy expensive tools to service new technology, but the unstable flat-rate pay means you can barely afford the payments on tools you bought last year. You're personally financing the dealership's ability to function, the physical toll. This isn't an office job. It's relentless, back-breaking manual labor. Days spent kneeling on concrete, contorting into painful positions, exposed to carcinogenic brake dust and caustic solvents, smashed knuckles, burns, cuts, daily reality after a decade or two. Your body is broken. Chronic back pain, ruined knees, arthritic hands. Lance Mechanic is only 35 years old, and he says point blank, "If I had a second chance knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have done it. I would have gone into heavy equipment or become an electrician." That's a skilled tradesman with years of experience saying he regrets his entire career choice. The mental toll. Imagine the constant pressure, the service writer breathing down your neck, the shop foreman judging your efficiency numbers. And all the while you're doing desperate math in your head. I've been here 8 hours but only flagged 4. I'm not even making minimum wage today. It's a feeling of profound, unending desperation. This pressure cooker fosters a toxic dog-eat-dog culture, where technicians fight for easy gravy jobs while trying to dump complex, low-paying warranty work onto someone else. Industry surveys consistently show a huge percentage of technicians have seriously considered leaving. It's a high-stress, low-reward battle for daily survival. You're paying the price, and it's getting worse. This crisis isn't just an internal industry problem, it's directly impacting every single car owner. Wait times are exploding. Ever wonder why it takes a week or more to get an appointment for a simple check engine light? Direct result of the technician shortage. The few remaining techs are completely overwhelmed. According to that 2024 J.D. Power study, wait times of dealerships have been getting progressively worse. And for the first time, the top reason customers are abandoning dealerships is the inability to get a prompt appointment. Your bills are skyrocketing. Shop labor rates are frequently $120 to $159 per hour. You'd assume the technician doing the work is seeing a healthy portion of that, right? All Ben dies. Wrong. That money is being absorbed by a grossly inefficient business model that can't even keep its service-based staff. Trust is evaporating. While some satisfaction metrics show minor improvements, deep frustration with wait times and costs is pushing customers away in droves. People are fleeing to independent shops, not just for lower costs, but for transparency, communication, and faster service. And here's the ticking time bomb. The average vehicle age hit 12.6 years in 2024, another record. Older cars need more repairs. Demand has never been higher, yet the dealership system is crumbling from within. They're losing customer trust because they shattered the trust of their most essential employees. What mechanics are saying. This isn't just theory, thousands of technicians are living it, and their comments tell the real story. One mechanic summed it up bluntly. His grandfather supported a family of 5 as a mechanic in the 1950s, owned a home and 2 cars. Today, techs work on far more complex vehicles and earn less, signaling the collapse of a once solid middle-class trade. Then there's tool debt. Many techs report being thousands in debt before age 21, pressured to buy expensive toolboxes just to work, sometimes owing $80,000 or more. While dealerships won't even provide basic tools, the pay system adds insult to injury. Master checks get stuck with time-consuming electrical diagnostics that pay poorly, while simpler jobs earn more hours and better checks. Unsurprisingly, many are leaving. One former tech says HVAC gave him a truck, tools, benefits, and guaranteed hours. For skilled mechanics, the exit is becoming the obvious choice. The solutions they refuse to use. Pay tax for real-time worked, not flat-rate fantasy hours. Design vehicles to be serviced, not torn apart. Help cover tool costs. $50,000 in tools shouldn't be on the tech alone. Fix quality control before cars hit the road. And flat-rate warranty pay. Use hourly or minimum guarantees. Treat mechanics with actual respect. Instead of fixing the problem, the industry blames a labor shortage it created. Until real changes happen, tax will keep leaving, and repair wait times will keep getting worse. The automotive service industry is collapsing, and it's entirely preventable. If you're a mechanic or have been trapped in the system, drop your story in the comments below. The more we speak up, the harder it is for the industry to ignore this disaster. And if you're a car owner, tell us how long did you wait for your last repair? Which dealership left you stranded? If you enjoyed the content, smash that like button and subscribe for more auto content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next.